my fellow co-hosts enjoy the presence the sacrifice I'm making here today. Right now, we are battling for the best way to travel across the nation, the world.
He's having the shakes right now.
Why am I playing right now? I'm too busy talking.
Isn't it a handheld device? You could...
This is a good point. Just in the background, people are going to be saying, Splatoon.
We're not a video podcast.
That's true. Not yet.
Yeah, I am totally focused on this podcast right now.
Just hear the joysticks click, 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 click. Damn it, son of a...
Bienvenidos, minasan. Welcome to a slightly warm episode of the Taku podcast. I'm your host, Miles. Today we're discussing two shows we, either skipped or intro shows we saw from last season's spring. My Hero Academia, Vigilantes, and Lazarus. Joining me on the podcast today, of course, is my brother, Ray.
Hello.
Hi, Ray.
Hello.
And the man in the third chair,
Third wheel.
Frank.
I was going to say, the man interrupting our lovely date.
I was trying to be clever. Sorry.
Hi.
All right.
It's
So,
their real
but before we get into our discussion, our anime discussions, let's see what everyone's been doing this week. So let's start with Frank to make up for my blunder.
It's okay. What did I do? Let's see. Besides the homework, I played a lot of Bravely Default, which I think hurt my eyes. Along with a lot of Maple.
Too much HD.
Not sure which one.
That Switch 2 so powerful.
I'm gonna blame Bravely Default and not blame Maple.
That makes sense.
Okay. No, go ahead. No.
It just seems right. Kind of got, I would say, about halfway through Bravely Default.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting hard, so I need to train, which I don't want to train. So I'm considering lowering the difficult, so I won't have to grind. I know.
Who? Miles, we have an imposter on this podcast.
Okay,
I don't know who
okay.
this is.
Okay, how do they say it? Hear me out.
Okay.
Oh,
All right.
no.
See, the solution is basically just grind and then power through, but that takes time. I don't have time. So I'm just gonna be doing the same thing. The only difference is I'm not gonna have to grind.
Makes sense.
I've already beaten it in the hard on the 3DS. So
therefore, it counts. No,
It's okay to cheat.
that counts.
let's
It's
just
okay.
get through it. Let's just get through it. Xenoblade is still waiting. So I'm considering that. Not sure. I guess that's why I stopped playing, because I don't want to pull the trigger.
Oh, that's a solution.
Yeah.
I mustn't run away.
I've been playing the, what do you call it? Like the civilization part of it, where you put your people to work for you. What else? I did start watching the regular My Hero Academia.
No.
I've been enjoying it a lot, because I feel like if I think about it too much, I guess some things will bother me, and thank you, Ivan, for making things bother me. For example, kind of skipping the first part of season 6. I guess everybody hates heroes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That part, that part for me, it makes not no sense, but little sense.
Right.
Like, how do they go from the world they were in to now we hate you guys and you guys are the worst thing ever? And it's like over one hero didn't have the greatest family dynamic.
Right.
He turned into a villain who he did not know was a villain.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, it wasn't even that egregious of a crime, and if that.
Right.
And now everybody's like, oh, we can't trust you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just that part, when I think about it, doesn't sit well. But I do get, it kind of reminds me of Naruto, where the author focused on, like, what would be cool if this happened? Do you have a good reason for that happening? Not really, but wouldn't it be cool?
Would it be cool?
So, like, if you think about it, like, oh, what if Deku was on his own and everybody hated heroes, and, he was, like, the only one. And
you had to go Vigilante? How fitting.
Yeah, and it was just like, that does sound cool. And you look at it from tunnel vision, it's like, this is a, badass moment. And then, what if all the UA students got to fight him?
Right.
That does sound cool, too.
Yeah, there's... Oh, okay. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So it's just kind of like things like that. Like, what if we do this? And even before that, like the battle with the battle with the big guys, it's just like, what if we did this? And it's like, yeah, that does sound cool too.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
I kind of wish they would have ended right there, like the first half of season 6, because I feel like a lot of big things were happening, and they had cool moments, and I think it would have just been fine just to end it like that, because you could say that the hand guy he basically, I don't know how he could get stronger anymore, to be honest.
The heart of the cards.
Because they're like, oh, I'm not complete, but like you can do like anything. Like, how are you not complete? Like you don't get hurt. Basically, you could destroy anything you touch. The only reason that he didn't beat everybody fast was because the eraser, MVP eraser, was
right.
It was just like keeping an eye on him.
Quite literally.
So, to me, it just felt cool. I think they did a good job of illustrating that fight, and it would have been nice for me if they ended it right there. Kind of like with the pain. If they would have ended it at the pain thing, it would have been a nice point.
We could have done a little bit more afterwards, but we pretty much could have wrapped that. It could have been the big crescendo, if you will.
But that's less money though on the table.
Who wants zombie ninjas?
Is that coming up?
God, I hope not. I am hoping not.
But it didn't end, sadly, because I kept looking at the episodes. I'm like, "Where's too much to go? Why? This is like
more.
It looks like they're going to wrap it up right now, and they still have like 3 seasons left."
See, what happened was the editor came in and said, "No, you cannot finish the story."
We like the money coming through, so we'd like to keep it coming through as long as
Do you
possible.
think that that's what happened?
Oh, it happens every big popular
look in the riddle.
manga.
No, but do you think the author was like, "Oh, let me end it right here, like first half of season 6," and then they told him, "Mm-mm."
It very much could be. I mean, infamously, it's known that Toriyama wanted it and would sell, and then we got all Majin Buu afterwards because everyone's like, yeah, but the manga's doing really good, and we like the money, so what else you got for us?
So I did that. Other than that, just soccer stuff. We've already played 2 games this week because it was doubleheader.
Oh.
Just a quick recap. Minors, which is my littlest team, 2 ties.
Youngest, I imagine?
Yeah.
Or did you measure them all and be like, these are the shortest?
Yeah, no, age-wise. This is a girl, because I have 3 girls teams and then 1 mixed. So for my youngest girls team, they both 2 ties. We probably should have won both games. My majors, which is the middle division, a loss and a win.
Okay.
My juniors, the oldest one, a tie and a win. And then the mixed one, which is my smallest team, 1 win. So not bad. I feel like I have pretty solid teams across the board.
You ready for his trophy?
It's a good day in the casino, at least.
Just have to play my cards right. All right. I think that wraps up my week.
Okay. Sounds very exciting week. How about you, Ray? How's your week going?
It's okay. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how this podcast. Maybe this podcast will change my week, how I go. But if we're into things I've been doing, Splatoon.
Isn't it Brothers in the Time? For
I just want to let you, my fellow co-hosts, enjoy the presence the sacrifice I'm making here today. Right now, we are battling for the best way to travel across the nation, the world. And right now, I'm wasting time talking to you fools when I should be out there winning for the automobile team.
What are the choices
right
that cause? Is it automobiles?
It's automobiles, boats, and planes. And of course, being a Californian that I am, you don't need no stinking boat. You don't need no airplane. You just take this. This country was born on the highway, the freeways, baby. That's all we need.
You get the Chi Bang car, you get everything.
Well, there you go. You can always just cheat and just do that. But team car all the way, baby. So say famous last words when this podcast comes out, if we win or not. And if we lose, it's because you stinking kids, you weren't trying hard enough.
Whenever guys splat clean areas.
I just want to point out, I'm usually number 1 every time. Even if we lose, I'm still the best guy we got on the team.
Whenever kids, as a reminder, please paint around their area. The option is to paint, not to
turf
destroy.
war, you need to paint, kids. You don't need. This isn't Call of Duty. Put the Call of Duties away. That's a different game. That's another one. That's next weekend. This weekend, it's about painting and then shooting some guys that are in your way to paint. That's how you do it. You keep focus on the painting. So yeah, that's been the thing I've been excited about. But as soon as this weekend's over, I need to put down the Splatoon because I know it's too addicting, just like my Call of Duty days. Let's see. What else have I been doing? What's up, Frank?
Is that like a thing that they do where there's events and you have to
pick a side,
and then you get rewarded on whichever side
wins? Yes.
That's interesting.
Yes, you do get extra points during the Splatfest.
When it was very popular when it first came out, or every single Splatoon game, it's been our debate every week. Like, okay, here's this Splatfest of the week. What we're going to talk about today, guys?
Well, it was like more like every month or every other month. It was like a big moment for people. It's an online service game, kind of, and it was just a way to get everyone to jump in and get prepared. Because then you get you get a special T-shirt, and then you get extra points on that T-shirt, but it's only good during that week. It's online. And the festival's only good for 2 days, Friday and Saturday, or Sunday. Maybe it's 3 days. Been a minute. Maybe it is 3. I think it's the whole weekend, but it starts Friday Saturday night and goes all the way to Sunday. Sunday night or Sunday at 5:00. He's out here in the West Coast time. But yeah, like I said, been playing that. Need to be playing it? No.
Why don't you?
He's having the shakes right now.
Why am I playing right now? Too busy.
Is it in a handheld device?
This is a good point. Just in the background, people are going to be saying,
we're not a video podcast.
That's true. Not yet.
Yeah, I am totally focused on this podcast right now.
Just hear the joysticks click, 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 click. Damn it, son of a.
There you go.
There you go. What else? It must be something. I saw. It was a while ago, but I guess I haven't talked about it since. I watched more of Barry. I know you and I believe Andy has brought up the Berries. And I decided to go back to it.
What'd you watch? Season 1?
I saw now up to the whatever. How many seasons is it altogether? 4, 5?
I think there's 4.
Okay, so I saw up to 3 then.
Oh, okay.
Because I could have watched the last season, and I went, I don't care.
The last season's really different.
Oh yeah, I do remember you mentioning that.
Yeah,
The thing about that show is I liked the first season where it was more of a dark comedy where you're not supposed to take things too seriously. But then as the show progressed, especially the last season I saw, which I guess would be the 3rd season, it wants to be silly, over the top, but also be down to earth and serious. And I found it very hard to understand what vibe we were going for in this show.
Yeah, you definitely are not going to like season 4.
Okay, so I think I made the right call and just called it.
Jump.
Yeah, so I don't know. Because I remember you and Andy talked a lot about, but like I said, I enjoyed the first season. I think the second season was okay, but I think after that, I'm just like, it's just diminishing returns for me at least. So, and then I'm trying to feel like there must be some other little show.
Oh, we've seen Ray Zero.
Oh, Ray Zero, that's the one. I'm trying to remember. I thought there was another anime me and Miles saw together. Yeah. So yeah, we saw season 3. Is it season 3? See, it feels like it's a lot longer than season 3 because it's all over the place with the episode count in each season. So here's the thing: is this previous season, which I guess is season 2, was really, really, really good. I really enjoyed it. And this newest season, they started, I guess, kind of like Barry. How funny! They kind of changed the formula a little bit of what made the first and second season popular. I feel like, and I get it because maybe the author wants to change things up, and like it kind of makes sense because he has like this whole like epiphany about life and what he's been doing, and he realized like, oh, what I've been doing is the wrong thing to do. I need to do this instead. This is the better answer. And so it makes sense his character trying his best not to go back to his old ways without getting into spoilers and details. But the problem is, it's like, spoiler alert for Eden of the East, if anyone cares or knows what this anime I'm talking about. So for those who are familiar with Eden of the East, it starts off with a death game scenario, basically. But at the end of the movies, the series, the story, it goes, yeah, it's never about the death game anymore. And you go, no, I came here for the death game. You started with the death game. I like the death game.
What about that game?
No, I'm not done. And they say they're quite different from Squid Game, which I think the new season came out or something.
Yeah, the last part did came out.
I guess we should watch that. We've talked about it on the podcast.
I watched that. I forgot to mention.
Oh, there you go. No spoilers, Rick. No spoilers. But yeah, I still liked it. I think it was entertaining enough.
A lot of fighting.
It's a lot of shonen fights, and I think the problem is they put too many characters at once in this 3rd season. And only half of them really get used or really have a spotlight to really develop them. And plus, I think it's the shortest episode release for a season, if I'm not mistaken. Potentially, I have to look it up.
Was it Reinhardt the God?
Yeah, that is funny that everyone in the show just recognizes him as just the broken OP character that he is, which is funny. So it's like, very meta, breaking the fourth wall.
What a
broken.
What a link, right?
Link?
Yeah,
I see. Tears of the Kingdom status. Yes. All that. There you go. I love that whole time in Tears of the Kingdom. And then he defeated us. And Link, achoo. Oh shit, he's gone. My favorite part. I've been working on our little Plex home server, which is something I've been meaning to do for a long time. I actually started it a few, like 3 years ago, I think, during the pandemic, just to prove it can be done, see if the theory does check out. And it turns out it can be done. But then, of course, things have changed. I had to switch out some PC parts and kind of rebuild the home server using some old PC parts that I had running around. None of those fancy NAS systems that you could just buy on the market full of drives.
Who wants to do that?
That sounds expensive and fancy. I do it myself with a little bit of old hardware and a little bit of Unraid is, I think, the operating system that makes it all happen. So if you're a computer nerd, you know what I'm talking about. But basically, the real goal is just to have the Plex server. For those who don't know, Plex is where you host your own media content on online, I guess, for you to pull down yourself. So it's your own personal Netflix. And as a guy, as I mentioned before on this podcast, I have a lot of physical media, including games and movies. And, sometimes I don't have Netflix for the month or whatever service it is. And I really want to see that movie. But in fact, I know indeed I have a 4K copy sitting at home.
Uh-huh.
So why am I paying to watch a movie wherever I'm at? Yeah, that at work or on the go, this or that. It seems silly. Why don't I just do it myself? And so I pulled a Thanos and did it myself. And making progress. It's overall pretty a smooth experience. I know a lot of people apparently hate Plex now these days. They have gone a different direction since when I first joined. But the plus side is I already bought the lifetime pass. And apparently, I think I found the email. I paid only $70 for it, and it's a lifetime pass, it suggests. And now, if you want that same lifetime pass, it's $250. So,
sweet
savings for me. And I'm discovering all the nuances of 4K video ripping and the AV1 codec there is to transcode that into much smaller, neater files. And it is very cool, very neat as a person who did a lot of digitizing, especially the anime catalog, because I'm an anime YouTuber, for those who don't know. I need the footage access ready to go.
Yeah.
But at the time, I was limited to 720 because of just size. But now, memory storage has gotten cheaper, and the process to make everything to do 1080p and even now 4K, it's all pretty easy and a lot smaller, and it's pretty impressive. It can be time consuming depending how hardcore you want to go with your transcoding, getting that that 60 gig 4K movie down to 10, 20 maybe, depending on how hardcore you get it. It can be consuming, but it's pretty neat, and it's just nice to be able to watch my own movies wherever I want, on my phone, on my iPad, or whatever it might be, on the television, on the go. And then hopefully down the road, I know there's a way that even I could share it amongst friends and family. So who knows? Maybe if Frank's good, maybe he'll get access to the massive Ray anime catalog and everything else.
But Yu Hakusho.
I mean, that's all you really need. I mean. So yeah, that's been my big takeaway this week. Oh, and podcast stuff, but I'll save that maybe for next time because I think by then it'll be ready to show off to the world. But look forward to more podcasts.
It is cooking
updates.
right now. It's simmering in the pot right now.
Poor me. I was gonna say talking myself in the third person, but I guess it is third person. Poor
Ray enjoys this. Ray hates this.
Artist Ray now. I don't think that Ray has existed in a while. Artist? Ray the artist has emerged once again after all these years of slumber.
Like a persona or
something like that. Poor Ray the editor is gonna have to fix this. Oh well, that's his problem in the future. Current Ray is enjoying his beverage and passing the mic back to his brother Miles.
And now Miles is going to talk about gacha gaming. Anyway, okay. So what I did this week, I finished the ZZZ content.
You got that right.
Yeah. I finished the content. I'm now was it 2.0 because they just celebrated their second anniversary or first anniversary, I guess. So there's a new area open up. There's I guess a new type of damage you could do now, rupture damage, which is kind of like ether damage but different. Don't ask me why. So far they're complicated to do. Like, I always find it was like always kind of like to have like you were mentioned, Frank was mentioned earlier about the Bravely Default. They have like the little sim, the town sim you have to do. You put little people here and they work, and you got to make an item, and then you sell the item to get money, and you keep it's like a game in itself per se.
They have that now.
Yeah, DZ, yeah. They it's one of the mini games they have for right now. Yeah. So other than that, I think by the time next week's a new patch, I think we're going to the beach.
My favorite episode.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I've heard that everyone gets swimsuit skins because I guess that's what we're doing now.
Yes.
And it's just like breaking the internet as we speak. The internet's funny how all of a sudden people get very
Goodbye, wallet.
specific. And it's like, I mean, I don't know about that because like if in their because you had to use paid currency, I guess.
What? In a gacha game?
Yeah, I know.
No.
Uh, but I think it's like if you translate how much polychromes as they call it, or if monochromes, because technically that's the paid one. It's roughly like almost $20 for a skin.
What a deal.
But I mean, you still got to pull for the character though. So
$20? You said?
yeah, like $20 for a character skin.
Oh,
And it's still a random skin, or you at least get to pick the skin?
Well, you have to get the character. See, so you have to pull for the character first, and then once you get the character, now you're able to buy the skin for that character. Yeah, that's where we're at now.
Enjoy your game, brother.
Don't worry, it's okay. I got a heart pity right now.
Should I
so-
take away your credit card? Well, we still have a chance to save it.
Nah, man, are you kidding me? I'm on a roll right now. My
Famous
my,
last words.
my win rate is my 50-50 rate is very high, good right now. I have a good nice soft pity, so I can get whatever character I roll for next. I get that automatically. Or no, that's hard pity. Yeah, I get that character automatically anyway, and then just another roll dice for the next one.
Note to editor Ray: save this. You're gonna use this in the future.
Oh, that's cool. I could stop until you look at the next strip marketing or whatever. You go like, gosh darn it.
Next season they're going to the spa, so there it goes all over again.
Yeah.
You can buy all the towels.
Yeah, I'll just carefully place towels like they don't know what they're selling. Anyway, yeah, other than that, I guess I'm starting to work on like you mentioned earlier about the podcast stuff, or I guess a little summer work. We're working things around, and I want to start eventually get to Like a Dragon 8 or Yakuza 8, whichever choose you want to choose the Infinity Wealth,
There it is.
because I gotta catch up. Because I'm now gonna wait for that. And was it Stranger Than Heaven? That's the new one. I think they announced that until next year or something. And so I concludes my week. All right, gentlemen, let's take a roll here. So I mentioned earlier we're covering 2 shows today. Lazarus, which is was it Shinjiro Watanabe, right?
Yeah, Senshiro Watanabe.
Yeah. Director, of course, of Cowboy Bebop, Selma Shampoo, and every other thing that tries to be like that ever since. And the My Hero Academia Vigilantes or Illegals. That's how.
Yeah, I think that's the Japanese name, which I
That's
can
like-
see why they made the change. Sounds better the other way around.
Really?
Yeah, for some reason.
Yeah, if you look at the text, it says that
Illegals?
illegal.
I was
Wow,
like,
how-
I was like,
How fitting, I guess. Yikes.
So, gentlemen, what do you want to cover first?
I don't know, my hero?
Want to cover My Hero so that we get the good stuff out of the way? So we get the rest.
Wow, spoilers.
All right,
Miles doing a great job of hosting, as always.
Yeah. Whoops.
Not spoiling anything in advance.
All right, sorry. Let me put that away. Sorry, my bad.
Editor Ray can fix that.
Poor Editor Ray, he's working hard today.
That's why Ed Ray's gonna get another drink after this. Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll talk about My Hero Vigilantes first, I guess. This show did air during the spring anime season, but we thought it was we'll be successful because it's My Hero. It's gonna be doing very well. So instead of covering for our normal previews and reviews, we decided to give it a little special bonus episode today. Ray, would you like to, I guess, introduce us to this?
Oh, okay. I didn't know that was my job. I thought you were the host, but all right. I guess the real host emerges once again on the podcast.
Come on,
Editor, host,
I want to give you
artist.
credit.
He's doing everything. Alrighty. So this takes place in the My Hero Academia world. Surprise, surprise. But it takes place, I think, roughly 10, 15 years in before the events of Deku's hero's journey. And it focuses on a brand new set of characters, but in a I think the same city? Question mark.
I think it's a city nearby.
Close by.
Yeah.
Because you do stumble upon other hero characters that will show up in the series.
Which they look pretty good for they're 50 years. They shouldn't be 50 years younger, but they look kind of the same.
It's it's that quirk, man. It makes you young forever. Apparently, is my answer to that.
Yeah.
But this series focuses on a brand new character named, I think it's Koichi.
Yeah, Koichi.
Yes, who is a college student. And unlike Deku, who gets after 2 episodes becomes the strongest person to ever exist in the universe. He has a quirk, but it's a very lame, simple quirk that really has no potential to do any hero work, and definitely not to attend UA high school and get to class 1 and this and this and that. He's pretty much just been like, oh, and at one point he did have ambitions to be a hero like Deku, but sadly realize that like I just don't have it. My quirk isn't that good. I have no chance to become one of the best elites, and just kind of goes his everyday life, being a college student, and just kind of gives up to it to a certain degree, because the difference is he does help out his local town and community by like helping people cross streets, pick up trash. He picks up the nickname, I think, Mr. Nice Guy or something. Wouldn't be surprised if it's like Mr. Brightside, but somehow legally he can't say that. I don't know. And so yeah, and he's kind of happy with that simple life of his. He gets to be normal, but also has a little bit of a hero side and just walks around in his. I forgot he's wearing an All Might jumper, which apparently is a collector's item.
Isn't it? We'll get to it.
Yeah, it's a hoodie. There we go. That's what it is. You cool kids and your cool lingo. And yeah. And then one of his nights when he's kind of doing his normal patrol, friendly, citizen.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, a little bit. Oh, I guess his quirk, for those who might are wondering, he has the ability to glide on like any surface as long as his 3 of his ligaments are touching, or 3 parts of his body is touching.
Spider-Man.
And he just glides around kind of like a little air bike, maybe, and like
hoverboard.
Yeah, hoverboard bike, floor crawler man.
Yeah.
Anyway, during his regular routine, he stumbles upon an incident where a bunch of thugs are trying to take advantage of a local pop star, if I remember right.
Idol pop star.
Idol pop star, but she's not like an official one. She's an unknown.
She's an illegal pop star.
Yeah, an illegal pop star, basically, in the eyes of the Japanese government and the industry, for sure.
Yeah.
And he tries to come and rescue her. He kind of fails a little bit, but lucky for him, another party comes along, who turns out really quickly, just Batman. Batman shows up to save the day. And the reason why he's Batman is because he's just an old man who has no quirk of his own, but is fighting for justice and is trying to, in particular, he's focusing on a particular drug that's making its rounds around town. There you go. I just realized that's what I was trying to say. Yeah, that makes sense. It sounds silly.
Trigger, right?
I think so. Yeah. That's the name of the magical drug. And this trigger allows people's quirks to kind of like boost themselves, but it becomes out of control. And they keep saying the phrase in English, the English dub at least, like they turn to instant villains, right? It makes normal people to instant villains.
Yeah, which it doesn't make. That's not exactly how that works for sure.
Yeah.
Instant ramen to instant villains.
Yeah, it's one of those like, I'm not sure that's the language, but I guess that's what this is in Japanese, and I guess they honored that language in the dub, let's say. And so sure enough, these 3 randomos that really just kind of met one night kind of work together in a certain degree to end this drug spree that it's affecting the town and allowing all these instant villains to pop out, and they all become vigilantes at night. But it really is Koichi and Knuckle Duster is the Batman.
Batman. Batman.
They're the really ones after, and then I think her name is like Pop something.
Pop Step, that's
what it is. She's just kind of there, kind of cheering them on, and also like just calling the cops when they need to get their ass to save.
Crowd control.
Yeah, she's like crowd control. Yeah, because she has like a little microphone and tells everyone like, "Oh no, there's an incident, run away." So they kind of work as like local small cops, kind of, right? And I guess somehow the regular heroes do exist in the world. You even see Eraser. He's there. He's probably the most frequent character you see from the original show run.
Yeah, some other characters are still here.
Yeah, they still show up, make little cameos here and there. So it's neat to see that. Oh, it's that person. Oh, it's that person. If you're paying attention. But yeah, that is the main focus and story, as these ragtag group of vigilantes come together to see if they can make a difference in crime. And yeah, I mean, I could get into more details, but I guess we'll save that for our spoiler talk. But yeah, that is the basic premise of this one.
Okay, I guess Frank, before we go back to Ray here, like, how do you recommend? Did you recommend the show, or would you what are your initial thoughts of it?
Initial thoughts, I enjoyed it, almost everything about it. I think the opening is catchy. The animation looks nice. The story is fine enough. But I think what I enjoyed most was kind of like get into cool lingo, the vibe. Because one, they're not in high school.
Yes.
Which is refreshing.
Very true.
And that's just like how it's just kind of really funny at moments, like where they just, I don't know, should I mention specific things, or is this just initial thoughts?
Maybe if it's early episodes, I think it to be okay.
I think it's second episode.
Oh, that's fine then.
When they like go to his room.
Oh yeah, they all just hang out in his place and
it's
they just become his roommates.
Yeah.
Not even like asking him.
Yeah. So just stuff like that. It's just they say stuff that will make me laugh. So
It allows for anime shenanigans.
and I thought they concluded well. So yes, I would recommend it, and I already have recommended it.
Oh
wow. How about you, Ray?
Yeah, I guess early on I was a little hesitant because I'm thinking like, really, another My Hero show? Well, My Hero's still ongoing right now. What is this, One Piece? End the One Piece? What's going on here? What are they doing over in Japan? They got too much time on their hands or something. They're just so bored out there. So I was a little nervous because I'm like, do I have room? Am I interested in something? I surprisingly kind of enjoyed it. Like as Frank already mentioned, just the fact we're out of high school, where he's a college student. They all have like lives outside of going to school and this and that. You know, it's something simply refreshing every time about
no
that.
OP characters, no world scenarios.
And that's the other thing, especially because the question is, you wonder, like, is there a reason for this to exist also, right? Now, you know, do you even have time or interest to watch more? But just what else can we do in this superhero world? Because My Hero's quite a long series. It's been running for over a decade now at this point. And so it made me wonder, like, what else can we explore in this world? And I do think they find some interesting things to bring up. Not only, you know, the vigilante angle, because they're not official heroes, but just the fact of, like, in My Hero with Deku in his story, he's dealing with, like, the elite, the cream of the crop, and you kind of forget, like, how broken some of these characters can be, right? Because you compare them to other shonen characters from other series, and, like, they're on the par level, right? But that's, like, a small percentage of this world that people are like that, and there's a lot more people like Koichi and everyone else in this series who have, you know, very small quirks or that, so they have to make the most out of that and get the job done. So I think they made it interesting and add a little bit more, you know, kind of more drama a little bit in a certain degree, because, like, he can't have 10 quirks pop up to save his butt every time. He's going to have to really think about it or come up with a really good plan in order so him not to get his ass kicked. So yeah, I thought it was interesting. They had found an interesting enough angle to get to it. And far as I can tell, the series ends in its 12th, 13th episode run we got this past spring, and it has a nice beginning, middle, end. And I talked about all that time that's what I really want in shows these days, and we do get that here, so that was also very good to see. And then, without getting too many spoilers, but real quick, easy the star of the show for me, and maybe just once again my Batman bias junkie.
No.
I did like the old man, and very particularly, he's very much The Dark Knight Returns, Frank Miller, old man, Bruce Wayne, Batman, rocking around, not got no time for no bullshit, and he's using his because he's not like the strongest, like I said, he has no quirks, so he is fighting people with, like, you know, somewhat serious quirks, especially when they're juiced up on the drugs or whatever. But a lot of it is just like common sense of, like, well, if I just punch this guy in the chin, he's still human, he'll get knocked the fuck out. So I just like that common sense thinking, because, like, a lot of times anime is just like, I gotta do this and do that and do this, and then I'll win the fight, or heart of the cards, and you're like, what? How did you win this fight? But here, a lot of it's just like common sense. You're like, oh, okay, cool, makes sense.
Just
Works for me.
Just punch.
Yeah.
It right.
Just
right
don't
spot.
give him a chance to recover, and you'll win the fight. Because I don't need to kill this guy. I just need to knock him out. So I can knock him out. So I do like that as a, once again, Batman favor, and why I like Batman a lot is because he's a normal guy, has to think on his feet, come with a plan, and it seems like him and our other heroes in this series have a little bit more of that. And without getting too many spoilers, Oshinoko fans rejoice. We got you covered later on this season as well.
Yeah, wow. Yeah.
So yeah, those are my early thoughts. Overall, thumbs up, and yeah, surprising. I didn't think I was gonna recommend, but yeah, I would recommend the show.
All right. Me, because we went through everything already. Like you said, that it is nice that this show does, you know, try to be a little different from normal My Hero. And guys, you know, the way their art direction is, and it's more comic book like and more popular.
Adds the sound effects like 60s Batman.
You know, but, you know, we're not dealing with, you know, an OP guy who's going to be the strongest thing in the world. He, like, really broken as
I have every power known in existence.
Like, hey, I have this one thing, man. I could do this one thing very well. Let's see what I could do with this one thing. You know, it's you know, it's very very street level. They're not trying to save the world. They don't have a hero license. They can't technically should either. It gives you a different dynamic than normal My Hero is, and kind of appreciate more like, oh, these are normal people that happen to have quirks, rather than everyone could be a superhero. Where no. You too could go be like All Might, the next All Might, things like that, right? There's not really there are ambitions towards that, but no one
actually is trying to fulfill that dream of becoming, yeah.
They're trying to do the best they can, try to help their city and or their town and try to, keep the peace, pretty much. So I guess man, that like everyone mentioned before, yeah, I would also recommend this show, especially even more if you're not really into My Hero's shenanigans and players in the OP shonen thing. This is more calm, more slowly relaxing. Even though it does have good action moments here and there, it's more of like people living their everyday lives pretty much and like how they solve their problems every day.
Yeah. And the last thing I'll mention before we get to spoilers talk is you don't have to watch My Hero to watch the show. There's like one or two maybe inside references or jokes maybe you might miss on, but like I said, it's pretty much a brand new cast and different focus and story, so you can jump into this one without having to watch any of the previous seasons of the other show.
So I guess we'll go into our spoilers talk. So we're note on the timestamp below if you want to pass the spoiler talk when we get to Lazarus. Let's click on the little timestamp in below. And so let's get into the nitty gritty here, guys. Let's I guess anyone want to start spoiler discussions about My Hero?
I could start.
Go for it, friend.
I guess now I could just spoiler talk, but
Everything.
basically I'm just gonna say my favorite parts.
That'll work too.
I just like I said, I enjoyed certain moments where they would just. It felt like kind of like you were saying street level,
Yeah.
and I think lately I've noticed that when I watch shows that it seems a little more relatable to normal humans.
Mm-hmm.
It's more impactful, even though if you look at it, I'm like, how could Goku fighting a god be less interesting than a guy saving an old lady from getting her purse
Right, stolen or whatever.
Yeah.
So but it's because like, you know what, this is something that could possibly happen to me or something.
Right.
Whatever, I don't know what it is, but something about it that we click more with it.
I agree.
So you hear these things where I think they mentioned one time where it was like, yeah, so he does the punching and he does like the distraction part,
Right.
and I call the police when it gets too serious or something like that.
Yeah, pretty much.
Or one time they were like introducing themselves and then she goes, and I have nothing to do with them.
I do remember that line.
Like, don't get me involved.
I don't know these fools.
So it's just all these scenes that I enjoyed, like I mentioned earlier with when they started moving into his house. I didn't even ask them. They're just like, oh yeah, this is my part and this
is my side of the house.
Yeah.
You drank my beer again.
I liked how I'm kind of worried about this show moving forward because I kind of want them to just end it here. We're good because we do kind of need some conclusion on certain things, which we'll get to later. But I think if they end it here, it's fine. It's a nice one and done.
Mm-hmm.
If they keep going, I worry about what we were talking about off the podcast with My Hero, where I'm like, they should have ended it here.
Right.
And they kept going. I'm like, now.
Well, now we're into the money now.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm wondering if there's a good story to build from, by all means.
Yeah, because with this one, I guess spoiler talk. So once again, last warning is Knuckle Duster. I just call him Batman all the time in my head. He had a mission, and his mission is complete by the end of this this initial run. For the most part, we were promised we got a drug problem. They solved that drug problem, so it's like good. But yeah, I don't know. Like you said, I'm interested to hear more, but it needs to be a very precise, like short little stories, little arcs. I feel like to really get the most and feel like we're still fighting street level crime stuff.
I got it. Season 2, we're gonna meet Peter Parker.
Peter Parker, there you go.
It's just what else did I like? Oh, maybe not that I like, but I was confused about his powers. Because when that one episode where he just starts flying.
Starts flying?
Yeah, when he was a kid, he was able to use his float ability to kind of.
Oh yes.
So now I'm like, what the heck? We're breaking the rules.
Yeah, that was the one. Yeah, everyone. You didn't know my ultimate form. Yeah, I forgot about my brain erased it.
But they like only use it once.
Yeah, well, shonen nonsense.
Well, you had to have one cool moment for the season.
Yeah,
you gotta have one power up transformation, something equivalent.
So I'm wondering if that was something that it was just like, okay, I think it would be fitting at this moment, which I think they should have done it at the end of the season. But or if it's something, and this is why I'm worried. Like, okay, he sucks, his power sucks, but it's gonna develop.
Right.
I'm wondering if they're like, okay, we're thinking for the future here.
And somehow he's going to take on Deku next season. Yeah.
Yeah, then he's gonna be in Ingenium. What's his name?
Yeah.
In the air.
Yeah. Yeah, that would. Yeah, I forgot. I completely forgot about the two you mentioned, but yeah, that would definitely be a concern of mine as well.
What else? I really enjoyed the whole, which probably could have seen it coming, but I didn't because I tried just to focus on the episode. With the whole his mission was to find Trigger, and then it turns out it's because of his.
It was his daughter. Quotation marks.
And then, which I'm like, oh. Well, now I feel like he's gonna kill his daughter.
Yeah, basically, right. And that's what I liked about it because you're like, oh shit, is he gonna kill? Oh shit, this is gonna get dark real quick. Holy shit!
I was like real excited about it too. He's like, oh, can't wait, I finally found you.
And I was like, that evil grin he was trying to towards the end was like, oh yeah, I know, I've seen this before.
Oh, and then going back to Batman, he had a lot of funny moments too, where they would just ask him stuff, and it's like, well, yeah, we'll punch him first and talk later. And then no, we have to talk to him first, and then if. But you're wasting time.
But it takes longer.
I know, it's just like, you're right.
It's the same result.
And then the really funny moment where he was explaining like, if you are too far, you can't do nothing to me. If you're too close, I'm gonna beat you up.
Right.
And then he's like, well, I'm just gonna run in and quickly slash you. And then he just steps up forward, like past the line. He's like, don't cross this line.
I said, no, I don't have to. I don't have to cross the line, but I didn't say I can cross the line.
I was just like, oh, he didn't.
And that's what I'm saying. I like dumb, little, silly things like that.
Yeah, Ray was eating that up because like, oh, look at this Batman character. Like, yeah, break the rules in there. They'll throw all his partners in the
And I did like the fact they build, like, you knew something was up with him. Like, there's something to this guy because you don't know what his story is until like halfway, if not 3/4 away into this run. And you're like, oh, this is a personal thing going on here. It's more, or it's you knew it was personal. There's a reason why he's hunting down this drug and this person because they have that scene where they show the bees for the first time and he like you see his eyes like, oh, what's finally the thing I've been looking for, right? And so, but the extra surprise is like, oh, it's literally his daughter. Whoa!
I did not notice that the first time around. I watched it twice.
Oh wow!
Just because
he really did like it.
Why did I watch it twice? I watched it twice because I watched it like. At first, I was
English
like,
and Japanese.
I was kind of like you had low expectations. I'm gonna just put it in the background.
Oh, second
play
monitor.
Maple.
Oh.
And then I'm like, hey, I'm kind of liking this.
Oh shit! I'm actually watching it.
Let me watch. Let me put my full attention on here. Maple, AFK for now. So that's why I like the first 6 episodes. I watched them twice. And I had not noticed that thing you mentioned right now. The first time around. The other thing, I guess, I also enjoyed the whole. How he knew Pop Step before, and he he thought it was a boy.
That was like maybe the one thing I'd be like, it's an eye roller of like, oh, the classic. But it's a very promised first love, childhood shenanigans, once in a lifetime encounter, and it's just kind of like I guess
which I thought they would do more for it. So which makes it nice that they didn't.
Yes, this is also true.
So I'm like, okay, just leave it like this. It happens. Sometimes you like someone, nothing happens.
Right. I'm kind of hoping that, but anime stories, they always come back to it.
Season 2, the love affair. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's her first crush, so you never forget your first.
Yeah, I guess the last thing I'll mention, or at least that I can think of for now, it's that I was very surprised at the end where he kind of knew a lot about the way the quirk, I guess, works for the main bad guy girl, his daughter. Oh, because he was like, he knew exactly what to do. I thought he would be more surprised, like, oh, what if I do this? Would it happen? But he was like super prepared, and I wonder how he figured all that out.
My guess to that, because I did have that same thought, and it's never really said, but I guess it's kind of implied if you think about it. I imagine because you see later on his wife had a similar condition because I guess they both got attacked by their daughter, evil daughter, however you want to phrase it, the bee lady. And I feel like he learned the mistakes of what happened to his wife and then tried to use that knowledge and information to then apply to save his daughter.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like
that's it's a bit of a leap, but there's enough to suggest that they, the doctors, because apparently, she survived for. You imagine it's been a few years, I think. I'm trying to remember if they specify the date. And so
3 years, I think?
Something like that, I want to say. So I feel like the medical team could have been like, what happened to you? Because something happened to his wife, but you don't know what. But then you see, she has the same eye condition as the other one. And so, like you said, I feel like that's the reason how you knew what's happening, because the doctors did the research and they're like, oh, this is what happened. And that's why she's all, because obviously it messed with her brain, basically.
Okay, I could see that. Oh, and I was also surprised. I did not think it would have kind of like a sad ending. She dies.
The mother.
Yeah, the mother
Yes,
dies,
yes.
and I'm like, oh. But it was kind of like also like
Fast.
Yeah,
it was fast.
a little.
But I like that they put in that they noted, like, by the way, I did tell her you were back.
Right. Yeah, I did. That was the moment. And I really do like that the line, and I saw it in English dub, so maybe it's the English in particular, just the fact, oh, sorry, kiddo, you just missed her. There's something about like that just straightforwardness that's like, ooh, like that harsh reality a little bit.
Yeah.
So that did like, ooh, that one line got me more than I thought it would, but it did. And and plus the fact that something had to be lost for this, it kind of you feel more, right? Because when you have a happy, perfect, bright, sunshine, rainbow ending, you're like, okay.
You're like, I call bullshit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just for me as a guy who's a realistic, bittersweet kind of guy, I kind of need that more. Something we won, but at what cost, right? And you get that in this ending, and so I'm like, oh, you got my vote.
Something One Piece is missing lately.
I think One Piece has been missing that for decades.
Pirate zombies coming up.
Yeah. Oh, actually, we do have. Without giving spoilers, we do actually have that already going on.
That is true.
I've seen that. Oh, I watch Egghead. That was something I forgot. I saw part 1 of the anime.
Oh.
So there's that. To bring it back to My Hero, it's the fact, at this point in One Piece, like, everyone is so broken and beyond, and we're dealing with guys and powers and abilities that are way beyond. And that was the kind of nice thing, once again, about the Vigilantes, of, like, all those broken characters. They're, like, over there in the background and this and that. And once again, you can really, the weight of the crime reality kind of hits you a little bit harder versus, like, in the Deku stories, like, he's going to be fine because he's fucking Deku.
He broke his arm twice?
And he still shook it off.
They do show something like that where all the real heroes come, like, oh, they finished that fast.
Yeah, that is funny to see them. Oh, wow, they're really good at their job. So that is kind of cute, and to see the, like I said, little cameos here and there.
Yeah. And, yeah. I don't know if you want to talk about
I guess I'll steal the baton now. The one thing I did like, speaking about cameos and Vigilantes, is I think probably lore-wise, the two most interesting things that this show kind of gets into more that the original series never tackled is you kind of see the origin story of Stain, aka the Todd McFarlane villain character.
Yeah.
And the fact of he was a vigilante, and he was kind of starting off to, he wasn't totally, well, I mean, for a few screws loose, let's say, perhaps.
Wait, Stain came out?
He was the Red Hood.
Really? Oh.
That was him?
To be fair, I just saw Stain on My Hero.
Uh-huh.
And even there, I didn't recognize. I'm like, who is this guy?
Like I said, I always just remember, it's the Venom guy. It's the Venom Ninja Turtle.
Now I got to watch it and put my mind like, oh, this is Stain.
Yeah. And so you kind of understand his mindset of how he gets to his crooked philosophy, ideology, and this and that. So I thought that was kind of neat to see how he became that, and once again, a little homage to the Batman universe, because he's just the Red Hood with the sword. So original. But like I said, so that was neat. And then the other cool thing that was kind of nice to see is you see probably the most other character you see the most of that you know of. You don't really see once again, but you get to see what's the brother Gemini.
And Gemini.
In Gemini, yes, his brother, who he shows up because sure enough with that same character becomes an issue, right? How fucking put him together.
Yeah.
You get to see what he was like in his prime, if you will, right? Because you always see from the younger brother's perspective, like, he's the best, he was the coolest, no one can beat him, and this and that.
Wait, what happened to him in My Hero? Just retired?
Stain beats him.
Oh, I gotta watch this.
Poor Frank.
What? Is that what happened?
Who's this All Might character who keeps talking
Just
about?
beats him or kills him?
He doesn't die.
Okay.
He has to retire though after that incident.
What happened to Captain Charisma?
And that's why
where Captain Charisma's at.
Yeah. And then that's why in My Hero, the younger brother goes after him, and him, Deku, and Hot Ice, or what's
Icy Hot.
Icy Hot have to fight him in the little alleyway there, which is actually a good skirmish, by the way. But yeah, so it's nice to see, to see his backstory, see what he's like in his prime. And, turns out he's just like his brother, very good, heart-spirited guy, even motivates our main protagonist in Vigilantes. So yeah, and plus I thought it was kind of cute with the funny part when he was like, "Oh, you're a vigilante. Oh, that's great. I'm gonna need my card back."
Yeah, it was funny.
We don't sponsor criminals, so I do like that. The fact he's very nice, but also not, not an idiot. Also, so yeah, I do think, like I said, I thought it was interesting because in a side series like this, you kind of hopefully we expand the universe with new ideas and areas that we haven't covered, and also with little things and characters that we've shown before. We flesh them out a little bit more in details, and those two examples there I thought did a pretty good job. I did think it was a little surprising, but I guess it makes sense with the way they set it up. But as I teased in the non-spoiler talk of the Oshinoko I can't even talk. Oshinoko vibes was the fact that they put on a little talent show of the local artists celebrating a department store, which is something we really don't do here in America, but I know is a real thing in Japan. So I guess look it up if you don't believe me.
Well, they got destroyed by a villain. So
I mean, it gets that's why you buy the insurance apparently. But yeah, it's just kind of funny like that. It almost callbacks also to My Hero a little bit with the high school rock band festival of like, stakes are a little serious, but it's not too serious. Not the end of the world scenario happening, right? And once again,
who's going to be the center? We got to know.
Yeah, who's going to be the center exactly? For the pop stick character, this is like her big moment to shine. Finally, she's kind of, gone beyond. She's getting YouTube famous, maybe. I don't know how.
Well, she's out from the underground, she's getting to the mainstream.
Yeah, a little bit. And this is her opportunity.
She did come in clutch and told everyone where the restroom was.
There you go. Hey, that's very important. Let me tell you.
Like, when I have to poop, and it's just like,
if that's not a hero, I don't know who is. All right, that's what I'm telling you right now. And then I guess the other funny part about that, I think it's that same sequence, or maybe it's maybe a little sequence. But the funny part when the Koichi guy, they throw him the microphone and say, "Hey, you need to start singing. You need to entertain the folks." And they give him the sing, and he starts singing, and like he sings actually pretty good. And everyone's like, "He's actually not a terrible singer." It's like, damn it, I was hoping he was gonna choke on the spotlight.
But then he was singing the song that the idol girl, the little girls were singing.
So I thought that was like cute little moments. And like I said, those little cute little moments which you see with that, and then like when they're hanging out in his apartment room, and you get a little bit that high school anime shenanigans. If you like that stuff, it still checks that box without literally being high school. So it's just refreshing. It makes more sense. Oh, and we have the Lois Lane character, which I thought was kind of funny and cool. And the whole the discount crooked bizarro All Might American equivalent, Captain Celebrity, I think.
Yeah. I think he's like the #1 hero of the time.
Yeah, and especially in their town, their community, he's like their guy, and like he has all the he's Superman equivalent kind of, right? Not as broken, but can fly, super strength,
American problems of
and yeah, and apparently he's like he hangs out with too many women. He's like his wife is divorcing him, and he's like lawsuits pending, this and that. So it's just kind of interesting what's going to flesh out like. Because we don't see that. They talk about it a little bit in the original show about like you have to get certified to become a hero, quotation marks, and it's like a very, it's a public job, I guess, right? And to see like what it is to work in the public sector, right? You get a little bit more of the good and the bad about that a little bit when you see that that character's coming in and out, and just the fact like he's like the strongest guy in the room, but really it's the smart Lois Lane glasses lady, she like really is the one that controls him, and yet she always calls him boss, despite like she's really the boss, which I'm like, oh, touche. But yeah, so yeah, little things like that. I like I said, I'm a sucker for the motley crew, random people come together, circumstances, have a goal, and accomplish that goal. And in 13 episodes, let me tell you, as an anime fan, it's rather nice when story has a beginning, middle, and end, and you don't have to worry about a season 2 that may or may not ever fucking come.
Yeah, the one and done. Sniff, 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 sniff. And if there's yay, if not,
if they do another like side story, I just leave this one alone. Put another new cast.
Yeah, I think that's the way to do it. Honestly, that's how I would do it if I was the editor on this universe or whatever.
Yeah, I think that the next one was coming out next year. I think because it's still going. The Vigilante.
Oh, okay. The manga series.
No, the manga's. I think the manga's almost done.
Then what other?
But the anime is season next year.
Oh, they are gonna make more.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that part.
Yeah, it's next year.
Well, I guess we have our answer.
There we go.
Ooh. Tune in next year, folks, to see how this is gonna pan out.
Can they do it again? But yeah, I think that's about it for my spoiler talk. So Miles, if you got anything else you want to throw in there, go for it.
Trying to think. We will cover a good lot of it, really. And I said overall, if you enjoy My Hero and it's and more point, you're just done with Deku's brokenness, pretty much. This is a good like Oh, so this is how it works for normal people. Oh, okay.
So from my reality.
And then of course, Ray's knuckle duster's like, no, this guy has some good ideas here.
I do like the dichotomy, I guess, of the weapon and the final fight. It's the taser, but also it's a defibrillator at the same time. So
Yeah.
it's quite literally the double edged. It could do this and it could do that. So it just shows you his
Mindset.
Yeah, his mindset exactly. He's ready to do
He's
any
just-
extreme, whatever it takes.
He's just missing the bat belt.
Yeah, honestly, he's just missing the cape. He's in the belt, and he's just goddamn bad, man.
Yeah.
And I just once again, I really think because I have to look him up, but I didn't recognize the voice instantly, so I'm kind of curious he's played by. But he does the perfect old man, tough sounding voice.
Or when another thing about him, when they sneak into his apartment and they're like, "Who is this guy?" and he has to put on the bad name so
Oh yeah,
so he recognizes.
they don't know who he is. Who's this old man in my apartment?
Uh,
That's so silly.
Yeah, I think it's a good set because it's not because my hero is supposed to end in the next season and whatnot, but like no, they could still keep the cash cow going.
There's hope.
We shall see.
The production company's like, ooh, I thought we were gonna lose that.
How well is Boruto doing these days? Anyone know?
I think right now, now it's in Shupen. They're on Shupen now. I think that's how that worked out.
Yay.
Who?
Boruto like it time skipped into like its own like
The manga?
yeah.
Oh, because I haven't heard nothing from the anime lately.
No, don't worry. I think no one. I think that ship went and sailed away.
Did they stop it?
It's
I
on.
think
It's
the-
on hiatus.
I think that's what I know of it, and I barely know that.
Yeah.
They need to just stop trying to make that a weekly and make it like a
Monthly.
no.
Well, technically, Boruto the manga is monthly, technically.
Oh.
Oh.
No, I
But
just mean like you know how Vigilantes is a 13 episode thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
not continuous.
Yes.
Finally, pull a One Piece.
Yeah, the One Piece.
The
yeah.
One Piece.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the current One Piece, they actually went on break after
Oh,
20 years.
Yeah.
And they was it Fishman Island or whatever it's called?
Was that the last break?
Yeah, I think during the last break they're re-edits or something of that arc, and I'm like, out of all the arcs, that's the one you pick. I think we're at the final comments. Anyone, Vigilantes, anything? left?
Yeah, I think we're good here. So we'll move on to our next show, Lazarus.
Yay!
Yay! So
Double hitter.
Like I mentioned before, this is the newest anime, which is it's weird because it's an anime, but it's also produced by Adult Swim.
Well, they threw in some money into the production.
Yeah, but I think Adult Swim. I think all Sony still at the end of the day, isn't it?
No, not Adult Swim. That's Viacom,
Viacom, right? I'm trying to remember how the money
which would
went
be
here.
Paramount. I
Yeah,
get confused. There's only like 3 corporations that own everything now.
until they merge together to become one.
There's that. But yes, it is. They Cowboy Bebop, very popular out here in the West, not popular at all in the East. So it makes sense that Western money dollars were got into this production. Give me the Cowboy Bebop guy.
Yeah.
25 years later, and we're still chasing the dream that Spike and the gang had all those years ago.
Yeah, so I guess I'll introduce this to Will Lazarus here. So this show is very, unlike My Hero's colorful and that, it's very, I guess, realistically, like in, I guess, USA. I guess someone USA.
America-ish
so,
town.
we just like
In the near future, I think it's like 2052. It's like
Yeah.
the vice versa. I see what you did there. It's not 2025. It's 2052. Whoa!
Oh, yeah. There you go. We're not
Nice
there yet.
play, Watanabe. Nice play.
Yeah. So in this, universe, there is a drug that everyone takes called Hapna, which I guess it's kind of like a painkiller. So it's kind of like a all for one.
The hell of a Tylenol.
It's like the drug to take. Get rid of we don't need Tylenol, we don't need Advil. Just take this and everything goes away. And so they were looking for, I guess, I guess humanity was running fine for the most part, but then the man who created the drug, Dr. Skinner, which I think is funny, it's the funniest name alive.
Got some skin in the game.
He pulled like a emergency broadcast. So I made that drug and it has a backdoor, so a man's gonna die in the next like 30 days until you need to cure, and I have to cure, so you have to go find me because I like mystery. Like,
Scavenger hunts is this thing.
yeah, or I guess you see what was that movie? Ready Player One. It's like you must find me somewhere in the middle of the whole world.
I forgot that was technically the premise of that movie. Woof.
And you must find me everywhere. I have to cure. If I find 30 days, everyone's going to start to die, starting from whoever took the drug first. And so we, in a little mishmash kind of way they did to I guess the Axel, who I guess he was in prison for breaking out too much, basically, for the most part.
Yeah, he's got a life sentence, but it's not because he's like a psychopath killer man, but it's because he keeps breaking out of jail and they keep doubling his sentence.
Yeah, so he really likes breaking out of jail. But I guess he gets recruited into I guess a special group called Lazarus, which him and
Full credits.
him and a bunch of other, I guess, a mishmash people, let's say, per se.
Criminals, quotation marks.
Criminals, people who have like specialties, different ideas, kind of similar to like
Suicide Squad.
yeah, that have to take care of trying to find this Dr. Skinner to in order to cure the world before humanity literally dies out, because everybody apparently took this drug.
Apparently.
But like everybody.
Apparently, people who don't have medical issues who can't take drugs, they also took this drug.
Yeah, and I said, you took it once. That's all it takes for you to die. I'm like, oh, okay, sure.
It's a lot of magic, science magic.
And so we go through pretty much, I guess, around the world tour, trying to find clues for Dr. Skinner and try to.
Where in the world is Dr. Bloody Skinner?
Yeah, trying to looking around and trying to find this cure within the next 30 days. And I mean, I guess we kind of get used to their quirks and abilities.
No, that was the other show, Quarks. That was getting confused by that.
Sorry. So will they make it in time in 30 days, or will all humanity will die out? Who knows? Let's find out.
Bum bum bum.
So that's the premise for the show, pretty much. Let's see. I guess I'll start first as being the most. Well, I did see Cowboy Bebop. But I guess
congratulations, you're an American from the 90s and the early 2000s. We could confirm that.
So I get the kind of premise. Even the opening was very violent, trying to let you know, like, oh, look, don't you know this, guys?
It sure is trying to provoke Cowboy Bebop vibes, in particular with that opening.
Which is funny because I think all of them was kind of subtle. Like, Sandwich was really 100% done its own special.
Well, yeah, because it's doing the
vibe.
hip hop scene, not the jazz, which is funny because he is the jazz man, which you get here.
Yeah, well, there is a lot of good call. Like, it does fit a Watanabe production, I guess.
Yeah.
Music sound. I don't even know if Yoko Kanno's in here.
She is not.
Okay, that explains a lot, actually. It tries to go for a vibe, but it tries to do it in like half the time. So it kind of doesn't.
It is shorter than Shumplu and Bebop.
Yeah, and it overall, you kind of they toss like just a little snippet if you keep going, I guess. Like, oh, we found this, and this will lead us to our next clue.
Yes.
This is our next clue, but overall production, it feels very westernized. It doesn't feel like an production. It has no production, right? But it does feel more geared towards the American palette, per se.
It is designed similar to... Yeah, it's more designed for Westerners than it's designed for Japan, for sure.
And over, like, no, it's very muted. It's very, like, I guess grounded. Yeah, I guess grounded for the most part. There's some weird anime shenanigans happen to here and there. For most of it's kind of like Ghost in the Shell, but less technology, kind of, in a way.
Kind of. It's more near, closer future to where we're at, but it's still slightly futuristic with its goals. But despite it's still dealing with real world problems that we're dealing with today.
Yeah, even some that I think hit a little too hard probably right now.
They're a little on the nose.
But overall, I think it was okay. It did what it was said to do, not exactly 100 very well. But if you ask me, yeah, this I want a Cowboy Bebop-ish show. This is kind of, it does feel it for the most part, like, but it is feel very watered down, and it's hard to get it just to everybody, because it's like a show that it needs more time. And I feel like you can't do what he wants to do in the amount of time they gave him. So, I probably wouldn't recommend it. I guess that being said, Frank, what are your thoughts? Would you recommend the show?
I thought it was. I like the opening, like the first 10 seconds. That's what I was looking at right now. Like, remember, like most times, I think the animation is fine. I'm wondering if they really wanted this kind of atmosphere, this kind of feelings, vibes, or if they were just doing it because they want to get the Cowboy Bebop crowd into it. So I'm like, is this what you wanted, or is this your style, or is it you? Is this your way of like, hey guys, if you like Cowboy Bebop, please
come over here.
Yeah. So that was I don't know. I wish I knew the answer to that.
I can see that.
It felt like we don't have time for all this.
Yeah.
Like kind of like To Be Hero X, where you go to one character, okay, what's your story? Next character, what's your story? And then it's like, wait, I don't have time to. Let's find this drug, then we can tell me about.
Right. Well, and the world's ending. Let's
Yes.
focus on that, maybe.
Yeah, I kind of got that feeling, and then it felt more like a what do they call it? Sunday morning cartoon where every episode's its own thing.
Episodic.
Yeah, there you go. And it's kind of like Scooby Doo. Oh, we finally found you. You pulled the mask.
Yeah.
No, it's not him.
Damn it. We'll get him next time.
Yeah, it's just like
Yeah, that is Saturday morning.
so that felt like, even though you Miles mentioned that it gives you the clue for the next one. To me, it didn't feel that way that much. It was more like, oh, sorry, Princess Peach is not in this castle.
It was very loosey-goosey about the clue they would find.
So
It almost just sounded like it came out of nowhere. Like, we found this clue in the last episode. We just didn't show you. It's like, I would like to see that, but okay.
As far as recommend, I don't know. I'm on the fence on it. Like, because I do think that maybe someone could enjoy it. Because I think the action was fairly entertaining.
Well, it is Mappa. I mean, they do good animation work.
It's just, to me, the story it didn't have I don't want to say happy ending. It didn't have like a okay, you go to a restaurant,
Okay.
and then you know what you like, but then you just want to try something new, and then you're like, all right, this is I'm enjoying it, and then it just doesn't sit well at the end. Like, I should have had what I usually
Should have
have.
got the usual.
Yeah.
I wanted to be different.
Yeah, so that's how I feel about it. It's just like, it didn't satisfy me at the end. Like that last bite, I don't know. It had like too many cloves.
Too much pepper. or something.
Too much crystal at the end.
Yeah.
Too
so
chewy.
that's how I feel. I guess I would say no, unless you're like a anime junkie and you're like, okay, yes, watch it. It's But if for example, someone like my brother, I gotta recommend the creme. What do you call it? I gotta recommend the best of the best to my brother.
Cream of the crop.
There you go. Cause I can't be wasting his time. But someone like my cousin, who he watches all these dumb animes because he doesn't know what to watch. Is like I'm like, he's like, oh, I don't know what to watch it. So that one the title was cool.
I like the title.
So someone like him, I'll be like, yeah, sure, watch
He'll
it.
eat anything. He'll watch anything.
Not that I'm saying it's horrible. It's just saying, like, rather than you watching the next
Right.
isekai, check this out.
Right. That makes sense.
I guess if we're going by, we have to go with the overall. No, but that specific type of people.
Perhaps. So maybe certain audience.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and that moment everyone's waiting for this podcast. Ray.
Yeah.
All right. Without trying to get too many spoilers, so here's the thing: is and they knew what they were doing because West American Dolls were thrown into this production. They wanted to make sure, hey, get me Studio Mappa. They're popular right now with the Jujutsu Kaisens, the Chainsaw Mans, and everything else they've been doing the last few years. They've been on fire. They are the go-to animation. They wanted Shinjo Watanabe. That was like the goal. We need to get him. He needs to direct it. And so that was their intention. It's like, we want a new Cowboy Bebop, for lack of better words. And as a person who grew up with Cowboy Bebop and has a lot of love and respect for that series, if that was the goal, and it sure seems like the goal, is their marketing and trailer really tries to invoke the vibes and aesthetics and everything else about that makes Cowboy Bebop. The question is, did they deliver, bringing a new Cowboy Bebop in 2025? No, they did not. Well, let's not get into all the details and specifics. Here's the thing: is what is Watanabe famous for? He incorporates a lot of music in his shows. You get that here, jazz, same genre music he uses in Bebop and a lot of his other productions. A motley crew of characters coming together with a goal that's kind of together in mind. You get that here, a bunch of random ex-criminals or kind of criminals with mysterious histories that you'll...
Shady people.
Yes, I guess so, for lack of better words, which you do find their backstories as the show progresses. Coming together to fire one call. Yeah, they kind of do. That's also Bebop. The big difference there is that, as Miles was mentioning a little bit, and even Frank also, is you have a lot more time to get to understand and know those characters, being Spike, Jet, Faye, and everyone else. The problem is they kind of try to do that here, but they just don't have any goddamn personality. quality.
Well, that too.
They're all cheap carbon copies of those characters, and I mean like watered down cheap carbon copies of those characters. And so that's the problem you have overall in this series. Is it is very much, once again, trying to be Bebop and Shampoo in particular, with the fun fact it's episodic focus. With every so often real stories, Shampoo, it's like, I'm filming the samurai what smells like sunflower seeds, right? But you get that every so often as this thing progresses, right? But it takes time, and you need that time. You don't have it because he also had a similar issue with Terran Residence, if you're familiar with that anime, which is a little bit more closer plot-wise to what we have here in Lazarus. And also it's a 13-episode one, also done by Mappa, so it makes sense why he works for Mappa again. Yeah. But that show also kind of fell apart by the seams. Like, it had a very interesting premise in the first handful of episodes, but the more you get to, it just falls apart and makes no sense and becomes like government nonsense. And you're going to see that in this show as well. But yeah, so it's a big action drama case of, oh no, it's the end of the days. Are we going to survive? And that's what you're left with. It does answer that question. You do get an ending to that. It doesn't, phone it in or pull once again Eden of the East to go like, fuck you, that's your problem. I'm banning my core concept. So at least they did stick it out. Was it worth it? No. I think the ending was it was just kind of dumb, and to be honest. A lot more on that in the spoiler talk. But it did have an ending, so I guess that gets some credit for that.
Yeah, it could be worse.
To me, the highlights of the show is the reason you watch it is you like the jazzy aesthetic vibe that Watanabe brings to the show. He brings it again, and the fighting sequences. He is all. I feel like a lot of his works, and even Bebop and Shampoo, are different in that one because of course dealing with swords. But a lot in Bebop, it's all like fisticuffs and a couple gunplays, and that's mostly what you get here.
Parkour.
And a lot more parkour in this one. So if you want to see some pretty cool animation that you don't see all the time with parkour or fisticuffs, it does have the fighting choreographer from the John Wick movies.
Oh, that makes sense.
He is credited in that, so it makes sense. But the funny thing is, like, it is good, maybe better, but it's had been 25 years. You hope it's better. But I never was like, oh, wow, the fighting is so much better than it ever was in Bebop or this or that, honestly. But, maybe I'm biased.
It felt too realistic. I think that's half the problem with that one, but that's in spoilers.
So, yeah, that's the other problem. And the other problem is they're trying to do really quick, fast, cool-looking stuff that you can pull off in live-action John Wick movies of, like, it moves so fast that you can't really appreciate the nuances and hand maneuvers, things they do in the animation sequences in this show sometimes because of that. And so it just seems like a bit of a waste of time and effort and money, perhaps, doing that. Like, it's neat, but was it that neat? I don't know. But yeah, if you are a more casual, very casual anime fan, that's out here in America, and you do have memories of Bebop and a handful of other shows like the Triguns or whatever, your staples that were big out here back in the day, I think you can find entertainment in a show like this. But if you're a more hardcore anime fan like me, us, and I think a lot of anime podcast listeners, I think, who's kept up with anime since 1998 when Cowboy Bebop first came out, I feel like this offers very little new information or anything particularly interesting that this director has not tackled before. And I think, and there's a lot of problems of our times, which we'll get into spoilers. So if you're looking at that, we're going to talk about that in a sec. But yeah, it'd be a tough one to recommend for, like I said, normal anime fans. But if you have some nostalgia for Bebop, maybe it'll be good enough. And at least 8, 12, 13 episodes, which time is money. So there's that.
All right. I guess with that, let's go into our spoilers. I'll go first here. Being, I guess, the more relatively newer Watanabe watcher, I guess.
Sure.
It is interesting. More you told me, like, the John Wick program, you could tell a lot more. No, knowing that information does sense a lot of the action scenes seem to move that kind of way, like more like fluid and kind of more hand just not just like blast your way through the whole darn thing. That being said, it is kind of to the point. It does it most of the time. That kind of you get numb to it, so you kind of so you go like, well, it's Mappa, so Mappa's going to like you show with Juke Heist and things like that. They could. When they want to, they could pull out the stops and do animation, but after you do it all the time,
it's gonna lose its magic.
And you go like, okay, is this? Yeah, Corey, this looks cool. Or him like jumping around everywhere, like parkour man.
There's only so many times that guy could jump around like Super Mario
and not suffer any damage.
Yeah, he died like 3 times in that show easily.
Wait, who died?
No,
he should have died.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because there are a lot of things that realistically he should have died from.
The fall will kill you.
Yeah. You know, I don't like you said. I do like the music aesthetic. You know, after a while, it did get a little older to me because it kept going to the same 3 or 4 tracks.
You like those tracks?
You know, the ending I guess could have been better. Ending could have, if we're sticking to the Cowboy Bebop, they should have did like, you know, frame by frame instead of the whole like panty shot of them like going through like all the dead people. I think that's kind of weird. The ending, it's like a camera goes.
You mean the ending song?
Yeah, the ending.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the story ending. That's why I was like confused. Gotcha.
No. But like because we're going to go obviously.
Right. I got you now.
But I felt like it kind of lost, like when it got too much CG in it for one, and that kind of like, oh man, that's kind of it loses the vibe for me, I guess, a little bit if it's too much CG.
Mm.
And you know, overall, like you mentioned, the problem is that other characters, I can't tell you a single thing what's interesting about them other than he's parkour man. She's the Russian spy because of course
Black Widow, eh?
Of course she is. We got Edward. We got I forgot the young kid's name. And even the one that got shafted the most was the black guy because like I don't even know who he is at all.
Really was a Western production. Oh,
but like because at least it go to everyone else's backstory, but his like what does he do? Like
it's like the weakest one by a mile.
I was gonna mention that, like, did we have a backstory of him?
He had that professor. That's good enough, apparently.
But like
everyone's got like this more fantasy, and he's like, he's got a professor. It's like, okay.
I can't even remember their names that often unless like, you know, I had to like look it up or something because they're just not very memorable. You know, it's like they're playing a stereotype of like, oh, this kind of is like this character.
Well, it's like water down Faye, water down Ed, water down, you know, everyone else.
You know, and overall, then there was like the secret plot that solves the problem behind everyone's backs, pretty much.
Oh, like this twist at the end.
The twist and like the whole, but like no, the doctor lady, I guess commander, I guess. So she solves the problem basically by herself somehow. Like getting captured, going like, you know. And,
well, she didn't solve anything. She just got captured.
Yeah.
The bald guy solved everything.
Yeah, but I don't even know what his job was.
He's the head of the NSA. That's all you need to know.
Yeah. But I said that's the problem. I feel like, you know, as we kept going,
there's no time.
We we're like double timing or even triple time things that should take. Hey, learn because by the time like this supposed to be a motley crew, I don't feel attachment to anybody here, and they could die, and I go okay.
It just seemed like they had no real chemistry or like no real interactions. I mean, even once again, going back to the My Hero talk a little bit, is like we saw those scenes when they were hanging out in his place and they had little silly reactions and this and that, and you got that all the time in Bebop of just silly little things of them hanging out on the ship between you know their one adventure and the next, and you just really don't get that here, or they're just not interesting enough. Like you spend more time like, oh look, it's the cat again. It's like, what about the fucking cat?
You know, and it felt like, you know, the fact that it's in an America-ish town and it's very generic American-ish town, it kind of loses kind of.
Well, they don't want to get into any real politics, but they want to talk about politics. So also kind of what?
Yeah, but it doesn't really feel like an anime per se. You know, it feels like as a Western production that happens to look like anime. You know,
I guess, but to me, Watanabe shows always just come off more Westerny to me, and that's why he's not popular out there.
But yeah, no. Let's see. Let me stop rambling here and let's ask Frank. Frank, any spoilers you want to talk about?
Let's see. Kind of to say the same thing you said in different words. And I don't remember Cowboy Bebop too much because it's been long time.
No, it was just yesterday, Frank.
So
we're all young here.
But this is what I feel. I feel like something like Cowboy Bebop or, you know, older shows that have more time, like, you know, the old Ranma, they had more, you know.
A lot of more episodes.
You have time to take your time and develop things. So, and I could be wrong, but in Cowboy Bebop,
he's not wrong.
In Cowboy Bebop, it felt like that crew became a crew organically. And here it's just like you, and you're gonna work together, and that's it.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, why only 5? Why not 10?
Yeah. Bring them all.
Like, are they the only ones that have the capabilities of finding this guy?
The sad part is there actually is an answer for that, but it's a stupid answer.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if I want to know the answer. But, so that's kind of like one thing was like, okay. And then if I put on my television, I did enjoy most of the story backgrounds. I just felt it didn't add to the main story.
Yeah.
With the exception of Axel, I guess it added to the main story, but that one I kind of wish it didn't happen. I kind of wish Axel was just a guy that got recruited and helped him solve the issue.
Mhm.
But then he kind of like, okay, no, he has to become very important. His story has to be very important to the main thing.
Mhm.
And then I was like, I kind of didn't want that. I don't know why. I can't explain it, but I kind of didn't
I
want.
could see that though.
Yeah, because I was perfectly happy thinking Axel is just this mysterious guy, and then once I learned more about his background, I'm like, oh, he's like, I don't know. It gave me a bad like, oh, he's a super soldier. Great.
Yeah, wonderful.
So I kind of wish he was just more this chill guy, like.
Right, and that to having a bit of a mystery, an enigma, it adds to his spice a little.
Yeah.
But once you know the answer, it's just, oh, that's the answer.
Yeah,
huh?
kind of like with the assassin guy.
Oh.
Learning more about his background, like, no, you're just a strong guy. He's a strong guy. Let's just leave it at
Just
that.
be the bad guy for the
Yeah.
episode and call it a day.
And we're gonna do that in the next like 2 episodes. Like you just got introduced, and now we're gonna solve your story.
The Western community said they want a vicious. They want a what? Yeah, they want a vicious. There's no time for that. Okay, here's this guy. Oh, no bird, no bird.
And he was just like weirdly obsessed with Hanam, whatever.
Oh yeah, that's a whole thing.
So
That's
it's
a
just,
waste of time.
I felt the stories. I wish they would have at least connected a bit more with each other.
Speaking about that, just to add on to that idea of when the Russian girl gets her backstory, she just stumbles upon her ex-comrade, like completely random in the middle of nowhere in like Istanbul or one of the
Yeah, and it's
locations.
like, oh,
what are the odds of that?
the best part, like
And she has plastic surgery. I knew it was you because of your eyes. Oh, fuck off.
I guess we know what assets he likes.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I thought it was that is a major coincidence.
Yeah.
But it was fine. I guess the one I didn't like was Axel's. And I guess what's left is to talk about the ending. I felt like it would have been better if they didn't find the Skinner,
Mm-hmm.
because I guess the whole time you're going through episode to episode and you're learning a little bit more about Skinner and what he went through, and I guess you're like, now I'm seeing what he's thinking, and
Right.
and then I'm thinking, okay, so we're gonna end up agreeing with Skinner at the end.
Right.
And I feel like no, it's just, and then it would have been more impactful if, oh shit, everybody did die, because it kind of made it seem like not everyone will die because those islanders
Right.
are not gonna die. They
There's
never
just small
took-
select people who would survive.
So it's just he would have been better off being an Aaron Yeager.
Don't do anyone else on that one though.
Yeah, because the thing was like, oh, the world's going to shit. Let's just start fresh.
Right. I'll do it again.
Yeah. So I just felt like I don't know what he was trying to prove.
No, I agree. I 100%. Because I thought that was going to be the point. It's going to be some, because the whole thing is like, well, why would this good man, this good scientist, try to kill all of humanity? There must be a reason for it. He's just not an insane lunatic. And the answer is, he's just an insane lunatic. Oh, here's the cure, by the way. He's a bipolar, insane, crazy person.
Yeah, it's just like it was unsatisfying the way it was like, oh, so you find him and he's just gonna give it to you? Like, what was the purpose of making everybody look for you if you just don't put a struggle? So it's like,
I like the fact that also he was like nearby this whole damn time. I was like, oh yeah, he's located right near where Lazarus headquarters is. Wow, that's a coincidence.
By the way, I'll make note. I saw him. They show him in the shot, and I said, that's him right there, isn't it? And then sure enough, I'm like, there he is, motherfucker. And I was like, did anyone else see it? I'm thinking, I'm probably the only schmuck that saw it. And I'm like, I saw it.
well, I was playing Maple, so
No, that's fair enough.
Well,
I wish I was playing Maple.
Why is it as a problem? So this show you could you can put it in,
Easily distract yourself.
and like move on. Oh, something happened.
Especially if you got the dub on. Real easy.
It's kind of sad in a way that you could do that with this. 'Cause with like Mappa reproduction, right? But like you're kind of numb to Mappa at this point if you watch anime enough.
Well, it's just particularly with this here because a lot of it is very, it's very formulaic, and that's just Watanabe. We found the clue here. It seems it's going to take us. Well, I know a guy from across the pond. We should follow it up. All right, you follow it up, and you take you and so, and you go solve this over here and this and that. So you're waiting, and then at the 50 minute, here we go, the big fight. Oh, okay, and then we do it all over again next episode. So it doesn't require your full attention once you watch the first few episodes because you know most likely what's going to happen.
I did pause, like, for the action scenes, but there's a lot of talking, so I'm like, I can listen and
Right, exactly.
yeah.
Because it's just when they're not fighting the anime. But there's people talking, so what do they're not gonna start dancing and talking. How Axel, you must escape, and doing the robot or something.
Well,
or
apparently
whatever.
he did when he was fine. The assassin guy did what they chatted a lot. Apparently, they had like a whole philosophy tour there for like that whole episode.
I couldn't give the whole. Oh God, I can the whole. All right, I'll say my turn. Wait, I'm waiting.
I know.
So-
the everyone listeners are waiting for it too.
So yeah, I think it is a show that I did consider stop playing Maple for it.
Mm.
But then I'm like, no.
Good.
I did take breaks, but because I'm like, should I go? Because I feel like I'm not feeling this show too much. Is it because I'm playing Maple, or is it the show? And then I decided not to check.
It's not even worth it.
But one thing I was thinking about, something you mentioned earlier, how you don't get to know, you don't see the crew like interacting much.
Mm-hmm.
They do interact, but it wasn't like, it was more like work interaction. It's
Yes.
not like leisurely interaction.
Yes, very true.
And I think I could be totally mistaken, but I kind of remember, maybe it's Cowboy Bebop, maybe it's other shows where they're interacting and they're just like, maybe like they're heating up noodles and it's the last one and it's like,
Right.
it's
and
like,
they'll have a conversation.
is it-
Bean sprouts again. I hate bean sprouts.
Yeah.
Shut up, it Spike.
Yes.
You'll enjoy it.
yeah.
That's all we got. God damn it.
And then like then the real mission starts for the episode, and then they solve the mystery, and then it's like, all right, now you can buy me the
Yeah.
or
Yeah,
something.
exactly. There's a little bit of silliness, a little lightheartedness to keep you going here. But this show is like serious all the time because it's doomsday. But at the same time, it feels like these characters aren't like, oh my God, we're going to die. Oh my God, we're going to be like, we're going to find the cure.
Yes, they were too cocky.
Yes.
That's another thing I thank you for reminding me.
Mhm.
It never felt like the stakes were
Real.
There were any stakes because you were fighting an Axel. I'm like, Axel, this is just an incredible guy.
He's going to do it all.
And then so yeah, it didn't do a good job of making the viewer wonder what was gonna like.
Right.
Are we gonna make it?
Yeah, because that's the whole premise of the show. It's like, oh my God.
It would have been better, or at least for me, like that fight where he fought the famous assassin. He got stabbed. Okay, Axel, you survived, fine, but you're out. You're done. You're benched.
Right.
You're benched.
You're benched.
You're benched. I think that would have been okay. Now it's okay. This is a crew. This is a team effort.
Time for the
You
team.
did
to
your
step up,
part.
right?
You took care of
Beautiful.
you and the big assassin cancel each other out. Now we'll disactivate the bomb or something.
Something. Yeah.
Yeah, like Mission Impossible. Everybody has their own duty.
yeah.
So, but no,
He gets out of it. He just.
I have to be the guy that.
This is my show. I'm fucking Lazarus.
If I have to drag myself out of this bed, I will.
this man had like a harpoon in his gut like yesterday. And he's out running, doing parkour, fighting on goddamn rooftops like fucking Batman out here.
Yeah, not only did he get out of bed, he had another fight.
It's like crazy. Like not only is this guy up and moving, but he's fighting on top of it.
And
Like
down and falling invalidate, and like some surviving that while the other guy's crushed.
that's it's a lot to and yeah, there. Well, because I guess spoilers. Well, did you know he has the drug in him and he has no tolerance and he has no pain. It's still stupid, and he'll just bleed on and die.
I just kept thinking, are they gonna show him like he just stretches a little too far and it's just like
His
blood.
bandages,
Yeah.
starts pouring out.
And I don't think I saw that, but
Nope, never had. He fell off a whole building collapse. Not a scratch out. Go fuck yourself.
and then
Absolutely insane.
the freaking sister of the kind of switching
Oh,
Character.
the Cinderella.
the sister of the one of the rich guy,
Leland. There,
Leland, that's what
Leland
it is.
Stoudemire.
Got him.
Leland, the sisters are like, yeah, I know the world's ending, but how about you hang out with me for 2 days?
Yeah, that was something.
We're gonna spend, what was that? What's the percentage? 2 days to 30 days.
Yeah, they needed to do that story arc like at the very beginning of this 30-day run we got, because at the end it's just absolutely silly. It's already silly to begin with.
We have a chance to stop this, but you want me to stop my current mission to hang out with you? And then her reasoning was like, well, we might not have another chance. Okay, I get it. But don't make it like a 2-day thing let's eat a meal together.
Yeah, but let's go get lunch.
Yes. You know, I love you. I gotta go.
I gotta go. It's me or the world. So maybe
I'll FaceTime you. We have the time. If we can go to across the world in 6 hours.
I was gonna say I have to take a bullet train, so I'll be free for the next 6 hours.
We can do a hologram talk.
Yeah, there you go. All right, FaceTime. If we could travel across the globe, we got FaceTime. All right.
Well, teleport you into.
Yeah.
So that part I found kind of like know the situation, lady. Like,
right. Yeah. Just it allowed for drama to occur.
Yeah, and like the show have weird places to put drama in, like, but it doesn't matter what's going on because I don't care what this character to start with. So who cares what happens to them? And she'll get out of it because you gotta move the story along. I'm trying to think what else.
Everyone take a turn.
I think at the end of the day, let's go to Ray. Let's go to Ray to get the final blow.
What about Frank? It sounds like was there anything else, Frank? It's officially a Splatoon. I don't want to steal it from him just yet.
Don't take it from me if I'm not ready.
It's mine.
No, just I think the ending was unsatisfying. I felt like the bad guy's reasons weren't justified to give them 30 days, like started it from the beginning. Like, by the way, in 3 years you're gonna die, and then give us everybody a little more time to like, okay, we have 3 years, we have more than 13 episodes.
right. She only 30 days, 30 episodes now. That's too on the nose.
Or just not even mention the time frame, and then I think we could have like
had
a more not relaxed. I guess it would have made more sense to have a relaxed character cast.
Right. It would make sense to how they're acting in this situation.
Yeah, we don't know. We know we're gonna die. We just don't know, and we're thinking we're not gonna do.
But they literally at the end of the episode, 14 days left. You know, it's fucking Majora's Mask. 48 hours to dawn or the final day.
Yeah, but I kind of liked it. It's just like I see all the flaws, but it's overall I didn't feel like I wasted my time. I enjoyed the vibes. I enjoyed the stories for what they were for themselves, and then ending sucked. So which is why I wouldn't recommend it overall public. But
right.
You know, like
just by that time,
those anime degenerates,
just like me.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. That's I'm including myself. I would recommend it to someone that's just like, okay, you have to put something on the TV. Put this on.
You're not hosting an anime podcast? I got a show for you.
You need something to put on while you play Maple? I got something for you.
All 10 of you out there.
I would say that's what I think.
That's what I think. All right. Let me tell you about this pile of crap they call Lazarus. Jesus needs gonna have to show up to resurrect this show and plot it. Oh boy. What can I tell you of what we've already discussed already? You're hoping, because, you know, even they're like, wow, it's like he's making a step for him to understand how his thoughts and feelings and how he decided to become a madman, and understand his motivations, his logic reasons. And then when they just do find him, he's just like, no, you found me. I'm fair and square. Here's the He literally writes down on a goddamn notepad. Here you go. I like that. Wait, there's pen and paper still in this universe? It's like, what? What's going on here? And he's already like gone blind, and like the fact, because like that's supposed to be like the twist, like, oh, he was here the whole time. And I'm like, I saw him in the background, motherfucker. He even called upon to make a note of it. So on top of it, so it's like really points it out. So already to me, if you're an observant nut job like me, you already kind of spoiled the ending a little bit already. And then when you get to the details of why and how, it's literally fucking SAO all over again. So why, Doctor? Why did you trap all these people into your death game MMO scenario? Huh? That's what it just feels like all over again. It's just like, oh my God. Because you're really hoping he's going to have some deep answer, and the characters themselves are going to, you know, they're going to have to rally him and give him like a fucking like motivation speech. No, believe. You got to believe in humanity. We can do better, Doc.
I think that his reason was, I don't want to say valid, but it was a good reason. The thing that kind of kills his reason is that he told everybody, find me, and then you know,
right,
if you're gonna do it, just freaking do it. Like, that's
the other thing. It's like his whole, either you believe like, hey, humanity, they're a lost cause, they've had their chance, they blew it every fucking chance. I've been warning these guys for decades, they need to make changes, or you know, the ice caps are gonna melt, and this is gonna happen, crime's gonna go above, and this and that. And so far they've been doing it, and they won't do it, so I'll do it for them, right? But to make it a whole silly little, you know, Carmen Sandiego game, it's just, what? What's your conviction here? Do you want to make a difference or not?
Let me make a comparison. Like Eren Yeager. Imagine spoilers for people that haven't watched Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan spoilers.
Let's. I'll try not to say much, but let's just see the whole big ending where like everything's going to shit. And just imagine him stopping, and he goes, "All right,
heads or tails?"
No. I'll race you from here to there. I'll race you from here to there. If you beat me, I'll stop.
All right, all right. I'm a fair guy. You beat me. All right.
All right, everybody get back in.
All right. Let's go home, guys. Let's go home. Bye.
That's kind of how I felt like.
We'll see how I feel next week. But for today, we'll do it again. We'll do it
the
again.
potion, Aaron at least was like, nah.
I made a choice. I thought long and hard about it. I finally came to my conclusion.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then like for this one, it could have been like, oh shit. I think I just found out we're gonna die from this. Anyways, it's hard to cut you off.
No, but I agree 100%. It just didn't make no sense because like the whole point is like he's a mysterious figure and they're signing clues about his past and how once again he came to his conclusion, and it doesn't hold any water, doesn't make him interesting. You're hoping to be like, well, this is gonna be this guy's so smart and interesting, deep, like a Gendo from Eva or something. Like this is a complex character, but like he's barely a character, and he's just whatever they want him to be to give a happy-go-lucky ending. And as I mentioned before, I don't like happy-go-lucky. I need at most, I'll take a bittersweet ending, and you get a happy-go-lucky ending, and it just didn't work for me. Didn't work for me on so many levels on that front. And then I think we already talked about it a little bit, but I'll tell a little bit more detail. The fucking vicious assassin character. What the fuck was that all about? That just felt like it was from a different show, a different project idea that was a leftover from another show that came onto this one because he's like, I don't know, fuck it, I guess. And like I said, it just really seems like they were like, so where's the vicious character? What? Yeah, the vicious character. We need to have a spooky boogeyman character. And there's just no time for it. And the really hard, it's like, fine, we're going to go down this route, which really they shouldn't have, but they decided to. They have that huge, like, half an episode sequence of him, like, killing out the whole, like, the U.S. military best elite squad forces with just a knife and some string wire. And that string wire cuts off heads and limbs all day. And then when he fights the fucking protagonist later on, it can't cut through his arm, can't cut through his neck. It's like, when did the wire get dull? What happened here? So, like, that made it
thick skin, man.
Yeah. That drug is doing a lot of heavy lifting, he became goddamn All Might, apparently.
Yeah.
So that's
Super soldier.
Yeah, Captain America out here. So like, it just doesn't make any logical sense that this guy is capable of doing all this, but then he finds an anime protagonist. Like, oh shit, he's like freaking out. Holy shit, anime protagonist! I can't beat him. I can't beat Goku.
Yeah.
So it's just funny. Like, it just makes no sense of the power levels, and we establish them. And then once again, the falling off the building, and he. He survives that. He's still got to, have his intestines are, still on the floor. Still, they're cleaning up. The janitor still cleaning up his guts over there, and he survives it, no problem. It defies any kind of logic you could come to in this world. There's already a magical drug that'll come back and kill you in 3 years. Is a bit of a how does that work, right? But I guess you have to like turn off your brain and just accept that as fact, because without it, that's the whole goddamn premise of the show. But you can only turn off your brain so much, as I feel like that's the another big problem the show has. And yeah, as I mentioned, the characters before and their backstories, there's not enough time for it. I feel like they don't do anything interesting with it to justify. It's like, oh, she was a Russian spy. Okay, what does that mean? No, that's it. Okay, well, all right. With like Faye and Kabayubab, it makes you wonder, identity and personality, and like when you grow up in your dreams and when you're a kid and you're adult, and what it changes you, this and that. And you get like with, Jet's backstory of like, oh, I used to be a cop and now I'm a bounty hunter, and what I'm willing to sacrifice to be a good guy and a bad guy, and what's the difference between these kind of different roles. And Spike with his own dark history of working as a gang star and then breaking away from that, and of course his past comes looking for him, and the girl he can't have but he wants to have, and at what cost, and this and that. So it's like you get time to get to all those characters and feel and understand them, and they bring a little nuances and weight to them. And here, once again, it doesn't work. The twist, as I keep teasing. So the reason why they had to pick these 5, and it still doesn't make any sense to me, so maybe someone could explain it why they did it.
Digimon ending. Oh, there's an opening.
Maybe is because the original. So that's the thing. There's like the secrets, the real story that takes place that you find out at the very end of the series run of, yes, the doctor makes the drugs and who's going to kill everyone, but also before he does that, it turns out one of the branches of the government were trying to make a biological weapon. and he found out about it and was trying to report it to the world of like these guys are breaking Geneva Convention rules and this and that. And of course, their secret government wants to cover their ass, and they have a skirmish and end up releasing the bioweapon and killing a bunch of people. But luckily, our 5 members of Lazarus all become immune to this because of genetics, I guess. Okay. Do I believe? Yes, it is very possible. It's The Last of Us, like spoiling. The odds of, the likelihood of 5 people surviving is very unlikely. At most, there'll be like 1 survivor in such an instance. Already, once again, turn off your brain on that one. But then 2, why does them being survivors of the bioweapon make them great candidates to find Skinner? I don't understand the logic behind these 2 things connect to that being great detectives.
Great candidates to find a cure, maybe?
That's what I was saying. That was the thing I was confused by. Like, shouldn't these guys be like lab rats and be tested on constantly with their blood and genes and this and that? But they're out here playing goddamn detectives? Like, this isn't a great time of government funds at all. Let me tell you.
Let's go send the 5 people that might survive
Yeah, let's have them
out there to die.
Yeah, it's just, I guess the only way it makes sense is like if they have to assume like we're going to die, but if the whole humanity dies and it's just these 5 guys left to find Skinner, who's also going to die, you find that out later on in the series, then what's the point of having them being the greatest, training them to be the world's greatest detective if everyone's dead? So like that's the only thing I can think of why they would bother training them in that regard, but
that wasn't a good why.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Exactly. That's why I'm doing the writer a lot of heavy lifting, benefit of the doubt here, and it doesn't make any sense. So yeah, it just seemed unnecessary because like it doesn't really go anywhere. It just leads to a little bit extra drama at the end for the bald guy who shows up once in a while and then becomes a more important figure in those last episode or 2. It just justified his existence, but it just seemed unnecessary. And I don't know. I know this show was, I guess the political aspect was the other thing I want to tackle about. So obviously a show like this is we can, talking about painkillers and, right now there is an opioid epidemic happening right now. And so it is based on, real world events. And I do like that. I do like having a show that has a message and, something that is based on reality, something hopefully we could learn from, think about, reflect our own actions and decisions, right? But the problem is it feels like, once again, with the ending the way it is, it almost doesn't add anything nuanced to the conversation or think about those choices that lead you down this route and this and that to get there. And it doesn't, like I said, there's no like moral, because you kind of think there's going to be a moral, like, because of the government, the ice caps and, and the rising sea levels and global warming and this and that, right? Because that's a plot beat they talk about. The island sunk, but thanks to Skinner, he bought the islands and we were able to move out and save, right? But they just talked about it without like really talking about it. It's like they wanted to bring up the issue, but not really like have a say on the issue instead of like, well, that seems like it's a bad thing, maybe. I don't know. What do you think? It just, like I said, it didn't have the balls or the guts to follow through on its prompting of a problem that is once again a current political, I guess, can be political issue.
Right.
So yeah, that's the thing. It's just it's weak. It's weak in that regard as well.
I think it's funny the fact that they said like, and that's why you guys are called Lazarus, because you guys were dead and you came back to life.
Yeah, and that's the other.
And they're dead, like, and that's it. Roll credits. I'm out.
Yeah, that was too much of an eye roller. Like, oh my god, go fuck off. And like, I get, and like, yeah, Japan tends to always pull from everyone. All cultures, most people are always going to pull from the culture they know or they grew up with, right? And so Japan often does that, right? But anytime they look at like, Greek mythology or Christianity or, things that are outside of Japan's little island, it's just like, whoa, they think it's like the best and smartest and coolest thing ever. But for all us Westerners who are like, well, yeah, I know about that. I grew up with that. It's not that interesting. What are you on about? So it kind of lands a little flat for us. But, once again, woo. So yeah, and that's the other aspect is I really kind of wish the show would kind of talk about more of the fact of like, well, yeah, a lot of humanity will die, but technically not everyone. So that's another aspect I kind of like, maybe that's the darker, grittier ending that, they didn't want for the most, to sell to audiences.
Well, yeah, but
it's be more interesting.
Yeah, but the fact that they even talk at the end, right? Yeah, it's going to ask, but if you guys are live, like, do you want to save humanity or not? It's up to you. It's like, but what do you think I'm going to do here? It's like, what is a very convoluted way to bring that argument.
And it just feels like no one learns the goddamn lesson. You can see hey, stock prices are back up, so back to mining the planet until it explodes.
Yeah, that's like the stocks with that. Like, oh,
it's just like no one like. There's no like because you want that like if the point is a moral lesson, like kind of like Princess Mononoke or something like that. Because Miyazaki always talks about nature and the fact this and this and that, and humans sometimes do poor Mother Nature dirty.
What?
And there's a lesson to learn, and that's what you kind of get in that story, for instance, right? But you don't really get that because they find the cure. And stock prices go back up, and we all go buy Switch 2 the next day and make up, and then we all go to our phones and start playing with all Chat GPT and all these other AI bots and burn down another forest to answer, hey, how much seconds to make popcorn? It seems misguided and stupid and also weak and no balls.
Well, it answers nothing because I promise you nothing at the end of this.
You decide who was right or wrong. I have nothing to say. As they skitter away from their director's chair.
But like you can't drive the truck over here and then at last minute jump out of the truck.
Yeah. He's just watching that jumping out of the truck in the fire. It's like fucking Resident Evil 2, and here comes the truck. Beep beep. It crashes into us, the audience. That's what it feels like. It's just like he bailed out on us. So yeah, it's like I said, if you could really turn off your brain, you only know like less than 10 animes you've ever seen in your life, and they're all like Akira, Ghost in the Shell, and Cowboy Bebop. Yeah, you'll probably be entertained enough the show, and you have the HBO subscription for the month. I guess there's dumber things to watch out there, but if you're looking, if you're a more hardcore anime junkie, or you can be a bit of a story snob like myself who's looking for deeper, richer meanings and colorful, interesting characters, it's also not here.
But the fight's cool though.
But hey, you like action. It's kind of cool, but I just want to watch. Not enough not enough gunplay. I want more gunplay. There are guns everywhere in the show, but like they barely use them. And they all miss. They're all terrible. John Wick would be very ashamed of all these fools. But yeah, I think that I'm going to end there on the Lazarus.
All right,
it's kind of disappointing.
Let's put this to bed. Let's say that was a little disappointing, but we had to find out, folks. That's what we do here. We check things out, and like I know from experience, sometimes it doesn't pan out.
Live and learn.
So I guess that concludes our episode for today. I guess next time we're back, we're going to go do our summer previews next time around. Yay! Each one's will choose like 3 shows to cover, see which one makes it to the top, which ones are not, and which ones that we're going to bookmark for later.
It will reign supreme.
I guess before we say goodbye, let's thank everyone who joined us today. Thank you, Frank, for your input and your views on the shows we watched today.
Oh, you're welcome.
And of course, Ray, the man, the myth, the artist, producer, the editor,
the man of many hats.
Yeah,
you call me the Mad Hatter.
Oh,
I gotta work on that accent and rhymes. Ugh. At least I'll meet Batman.
I like how like this. Like, look at this Batman character. Like, oh, Ray's gonna eat this up. It's like, what punch him harder.
And in your deepest memories, you'll remember me, or whatever the line is. In your most privatest moments, something like that.
I go like, of course, it has to be like the Frank Miller one.
Yeah, the old man, big bulky man,
big bulky man,
big square man walking about town.
Yeah, so that and of course is me, Miles.
Thank you, Miles.
Thank you, listeners, for tuning in to this episode, and we'll see you guys next time on this podcast. Goodbye.
Bye.
Oh, bye.
What's the last word? How do you hang up a phone? Goodbye.
No. You hang up. No, you hang up.